you seem quite nervous. Should we consider sedation? And I'm like, no. The last time I had sedation, I was absolutely out of my mind. Hey, what's up? It's Thomas here, and some of you may have noticed that recently I had my braces removed. I'm still getting used to this, and it's still a little strange catching myself in the mirror and stuff. It's something that I wanted to do for the longest of time, and today I wanted to talk about that a little bit, talk about the brace journey, if you like, and also what led me up to the decision of finally having braces fitted, who I went to as my orthodontist, and all that stuff. So if you're thinking about having braces, maybe today's video will help you with your decision-making process. It took many years for me to finally bite the bullet, so to speak, and just have it done. So let's get into it. Let's go. Guitar Scale Finder is the ultimate tool for learning new scales and arpeggio patterns, as well as how to improvise all over the fretboard. Each of the 200 unique scales and arpeggio patterns includes detailed charts, tabs, and interval formulas. You can use the built-in audio player to hear what each scale sounds like, choose a pattern, loop it, and adjust the speed as you play along. Multiple label options let you toggle between note names, scale degrees, and my recommended fingering patterns. When it comes to improvising, you can highlight all of the notes that fit within your chosen scale and learn how to play all over the fretboard. Full left-hand support is included, as well as an option to flip the orientation of the fretboard and even change the neck style to match your preferences. Scale Finder is available now on the App Store for iOS and Android. For the longest time, I was super self-conscious about my teeth. I just didn't like them, you know? People always say, oh, they're fine, but I was never happy with them, basically. I'm gonna throw up some pictures of the befores and maybe some afters, but certainly the befores, and you'll realize, you know, it's not good. It's not good. And this kind of escalated as I started my own platform, School of McRock, because a lot of the lessons, obviously there's guitar breakdowns, but I'm doing a lot of explaining and, you know, showing exactly how I'm delivering lines and breaking down techniques. I started calling around and checking out the best reviewed orthodontists in my area. This led to a number of consultations, and to be honest, I didn't really feel comfortable with a lot of them. I was getting conflicted advice. I felt like a lot of them just didn't really care. How's this all gonna fit in with, you know, the content that I'm creating, my online school? How's that all gonna work together? And I wasn't any clearer on what the next step should be. And that led to being kind of like a little bit frustrated with the whole thing, because I was getting all this different advice from different people. And that all changed when I went to Queensway. I had a consultation with Guy Deeming. And for the first time, it finally felt like someone got it. They understood my situation, they understood me and what I was doing, and presented a bunch of options that might work best for me. So that was great, but there was one giant thorn in the side. Is that the phrase? Is that the saying? I had a massively impacted wisdom tooth. This wisdom tooth right here was 90 degrees that way. So that sucker needed to come out first. The root of my wisdom tooth was incredibly close to the roots of my jawline, something like that. And if it was extracted wrong, you know, you hear all these horror stories that, hey, you'll have permanent nerve damage. So I was like, oh, here we go again. You know, what do we do now? Anyway, it turned out that there was another option called, I think it's called a coronectomy. Upon hearing like about this option, I was nervous as hell. I was like, oh my God, I want no part of this. But at the same time, I can't proceed without doing it. I opted to have sedation, and that was the best move that I possibly could have ever ticked on the options list, because honestly, I don't remember a single thing about it. So with that procedure now out of the way, it was now time to get back to Queensway. My teeth were so crowded, it was a pretty much given that I would need extractions. But again, this was something that I was really nervous about. And we kind of got to the point where we just agreed to get the braces installed or fitted. I feel like I'm a car now. Yeah, did you have a nice exhaust fitted? Yes. My experience about having my braces fitted was actually not bad at all. It was completely pain-free. Obviously, it's a strange feeling. So it's like, you know, the first couple of days was like, wow, just getting used to that. But overall, you know, if I'm expecting 10 being the worst, this was like a 2 or a 3. So I was like really, really happy with that. The first couple of weeks was probably the worst. I remember me and Hutch, we went to see a show, and before we went to the show, we went out for some food, and I ordered something like salmon and vegetables or something like that. I felt so sorry because I was looking down at my plate and I just couldn't eat any of the vegetables. Every piece of vegetable that I tried to eat, it was just so painful, just biting down as it felt so sensitive. But after about 3-4 weeks or so, that completely passed, and I was eating completely normal burgers, kebabs, and some healthy stuff as well. I really like scrambled eggs, porridge, so all of that sort of stuff, that will help you out a lot. And then if things get a bit sensitive, you know, yogurts, smoothies and stuff, those are really, really good as well. So a couple appointments later, Guy's checking everything out. At this point, I'm like, listen, Guy, I'm just gonna do everything that you say. If you think I need the extractions, I'm just gonna man up and we're gonna just do it. Queensway, as it turns out, have a really good dental team as well. And even though they said that I can just go and book my extractions with my local dentist, I just felt so comfortable at this point. So I thought, yeah, I should just book it right there. Anyway, the morning finally comes of the extractions, and it's a cold winter's morning. And I was already like shivery, I was freezing, and I arrived. In fact, you know what? I think I might have a little bit of footage.
And here we go, the day of the extractions. The day I probably, well, I say probably, most definitely haven't been looking forward to for some time. Today, 4 teeth will be coming out, hopefully. I'll see you on the other side, I guess. Okay, bye.
Yeah, I was absolutely, as we say in the UK, bricking it, okay? I got into the chair. Okay. And this poor dentist, he saw me shivering. I don't know if it was because I was cold or just nervous, but I was like, oh, I was literally shaking. And he's like, it is a bit cold. Shall I get you a blanket? I'm like, yeah, let's get a blanket. So the guy pulls out a blanket from somewhere. So I'm lying in the dentist's chair, wrapped up, but my eyes closed. And he's like, you know, yeah, you seem quite nervous. Should we consider doing sedation? And I'm like, no. The last time I had sedation, I was absolutely out of my mind. I'm fine, let's just go ahead. I closed my eyes and I had my head back, and it took, I'm gonna say, literally 40 seconds per tooth to come out. Those suckers came right out. Now come power chains and elastics and all that stuff. And each visit would have different routines, you know, different elastics to get used to. I also had IPR. Again, that didn't hurt at all. It was more like a tickle. Fast forward 2 and a bit years, you know, like 2 years, 4 months or so. And recently I had them removed.
Here we are, outside of Queensway in Jesmond, the big day. 2.5 years later, it's finally time to get the braces off. And I'm so excited. I can't wait. This is so bizarre. There we go. They're off. Oh my God. This is so weird. All right. Bye.
I've had some shaping and smoothing on the edges, which was absolutely crazy, the amount of difference that made. And right now I actually have my retainers in, so if they look a little bit shiny and plasticky, it's because I'm still in the 3rd week of wearing retainers full time. I've done about 1 week of whitening so far, so I have some ways to go with just getting the overall color and stuff to the shade that I think would be good. So there we go, braces done. Honestly, one of the best decisions that I ever made, and I feel so much happier and confident in myself in front of a camera and out and about now. And I'm really, really happy that I finally just gave myself that little kick to take that step to just do it, really. And I think Guy and his team really helped to make this journey what it was. You know, it turned something that I was incredibly anxious about into something that was a very positive experience, and I'm really, really happy with the end results. Of course, if you have any questions about braces or anything that I can possibly help you with, absolutely leave them in the comments. If my experience can help anyone out there, that would be absolutely amazing. Anyway, you have a great day. I'll see you on the next one. Cheers, guys.